Good evening to you. It is late Thursday, July 31st, 11:46 p.m., almost August. It's almost my birthday month. I turned 50 in August, very early August. So just thought I'd talk about that. You can see it in the beard, but that's a big number. I don't know how many of you guys out there have turned 50 who are listening right now, but that one sounds sizable to me. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Thank you to our sponsors. We just talked to our friends at Home Field. We just kind of firmed things up for the coming season. We're going to renew that relationship, which is great. Keep going with this partnership. Connor & Co. Good folks there at Home Field Apparel. And if you're looking for a t-shirt, if you're looking for the new Platinum Packs, they're coming soon. Their Platinum Packs were awesome last year. They're coming again. I don't know if they've officially been announced yet, but they're coming soon. They have a huge group of products coming out at Home Field Apparel. And if you're in the market for t-shirt, hat, sweatshirt, or a whole set, head over to homefieldapparel.com, enter Boiled. Actually, I don't think you even have to enter a code anymore, but I'm not positive. But still, you can keep trying. Boiled 25 for 15% off your first purchase. Easy for me to say. And also, when you're on campus and you're getting ready to head back to God's country, what are you going to do? You're going to go towards the fire station. It's just a 5-minute walk from Victory. Head towards the fire station, turn left to see the blue and black signage. Go in there. See the new dad. See Adam. All right? See Jake. Get something delicious. Get something to drink. Get something very soon. They're going to have their beer back. But until then, it's just burgers, beef, delicious pub fare, amazing service, TVs on the wall. That's all. Just that's it. Just great service, great people, awesome food. EatAJs.com. Head over to AJ's. Have a great time. Enjoy the time with Kith and Ken at the greatest restaurant in all of Greater West Lafayette. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to talk a little bit about practice. And why are we talking about practice? Because that's all there is to talk about, if we're being real honest. But there's a lot to talk about at Purdue's practices recently. The last Quickcast, Nightcap, whatever we want to call it, a week ago, I talked about the Avengers assembling, the superheroes assembling, and waiting for their final piece to come into town. Omer Meyer came into town since we talked last time, and he's really good. He's a really good basketball player. They released a video of him. He's good in photos. He's handsome. My wife and daughter tell me that anyway. He looks pretty handsome to me. But looks good in a Purdue uniform, plays well, moves well. Looks like he's really good at getting other guys involved, and he can fill it up. We already saw that if you watch international play, watch the U19 team from Israel or the U20 team, you saw him do some things against pretty good competition. The question is, how will his defense round out, of course? I already know many of you have already crowned Purdue a national champ. I understand the enthusiasm. I love it. Not going to tell you to not be enthusiastic, not be an optimist. But at the same time, I would say just enjoy the ride just a little bit. Just enjoy it just a little bit. A lot of you guys have said, can't wait till basketball. Before basketball starts, there's football, though, too. In the meantime, though, some pretty neat things have happened at Mackey Arena. There was a big practice just a day ago where Jaden Ivey came back in, ran practice. Mason Gillis was there. Looked like he ran through the sprinkler. Was drenched because in Mackey Arena, it's 1,000 degrees. No. Yeah, sorry. LBD had a comment. I don't know if you could hear it. It made me laugh. But so the Purdue family, the culture is strong on the basketball side of things. On the football side of things, they're just trying to reestablish it. I'll talk a little bit about that here in a second. Braden Smith and Omer Meyer were asked to go to Chris Paul's elite camp. I'm getting mixed reports on if Omer Meyer went or not, but I don't think he went. He's taken a deep breath, I think, after all the international play, all the very, very active summer. If he's going a little bit later, but I think Smith is going to Chris Paul's camp. I'm almost positive that's what's happening, but who knows? Pretty big honor, though, for both of them to be asked as point guards to come to a very, very elite camp, very elite group of players there. What can you say? Purdue's creative team continues to whet your appetite with things that are very exciting to watch. The team looks great. Oscar Clough looks great. But there's a lot of problems to solve. I'm gonna throw a little bit of a wet blanket over the whole thing. A lot of problems to solve from a roster standpoint and a playing time standpoint. You look at the roster. Burgess will probably redshirt, but he's been running. He's been practicing. But there's a lot of presumption that he'll be redshirting. We don't know really. Murphy is coming back from injury after the transfer to Purdue. Of course, you got Antoine West, who Painter said the other day, I'm glad people didn't assess him, didn't watch his tape, because he looks great. He can fill it up quickly. He's flammable from offense on the offensive side. Owen Meyer, of course, big Jack Benner, who, if you're not excited when you watch practice videos of Jack Benner, I don't know what you're watching, honestly, because he's a guy that a lot of people outside the Purdue family don't talk about very much, but I think he's going to be very good. You've heard that from me over and over and over. CJ Cox, of course, and his fellow sophomore Harris are both looking great. TKR is, absolutely dominant, according to these videos we're seeing, which are state-run media, but they're still pretty good. Fletch Lawyer will knock down shots, make it awfully difficult. The question that I have for other coaches, I don't know who you shade off of right now, right? That's the really difficult thing. If you look at this 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 man rotation, it's not going to be that many. But if it's a 9 or 10 man rotation and you have so many guys that can score, boy, there's a lot to see here. Of course, Jacobson, didn't mention him by name. Jacobson, Oscar Clough will be splitting time and kicking ass underneath the hoop. Okay, on the other side, on football. Okay, the practice football camp officially began today. Resumes tomorrow morning. Purdue looks like a half day behind some programs, but some pretty interesting quotes. Again, just like in media days, Coach Odom sounded a lot like a motivational speaker. One of his greatest quotes, I think, was, "We have plenty of time, but zero time to waste." I love that. He had to have been practicing that sentiment, but very, very good. He does this all the time. Has a lot of good quotes, a lot of stuff that's quotable. He called practice smooth, productive, and a good start. He said the guys look fast, the guys look sudden, guys look strong. Again, the honeymoon period is still going on, I think, from media days, which is great to hear, great to see. The QB battle is far from settled. In fact, when you look at what happened today in practice, you had Ryan Brown running with the 2s and Malachi Singleton running with the 1s. And then he mentioned 4 or 5 quarterbacks that are in the mix. My guess is it's probably a good thing the first day to give some guys the confidence boost to say, okay, look, you're running from the 1s right away. Offensive line, I thought there are a couple guys that I didn't think would be with the 1s right away, but they are. That offensive line unit's going to be good. The defensive backs are going to be good. Some of the guys that the Brain Trust mentioned, Coach mentioned without even, maybe he did watch, he probably did, let's be honest. He probably did watch the Brain Trust stream. But CJ Madden was mentioned. TJ Lindsay was mentioned. Who was another one? CJ Nunnally was mentioned. All those guys, Denylon Morissette, of course, was mentioned. One thing I loved about the Denylon Morissette interview at practice, one of my favorite things about it was, I think Tom Diener brought up the catch last year that was caught out of the back of the end zone, which probably his most memorable moment of the year last year. And he took it in stride. He took absolute responsibility, made no mistakes about it being a special paint job on the field, because it was that week, if you remember back. A lot of Purdue fans, a lot of other people tried to make an excuse for him and say the grounds people did it. He is a smart guy. He's a smart guy, and he's really smart to take responsibility in that case. He sounded like a leader. He looks like a leader. Nitro Tuggle, this is a crazy stat, crazy factoid. 46 players in their first practice in Purdue uniform today. 46. And this is the thing where I look at the Herculean task at hand for Odom and company. This is the big one where you've got so many new moving parts. But Nitro Tuggle doing big things is fun because his name's Nitro Tuggle. Also, Michael Jackson, wide receiver, doing good. And those were both mentioned by Coach right away. Pretty fun to have those names mentioned on the first day of practice. Gotta love Nitro Tuggle is one of the best names in college football, if we're just being really frank. Let's see what else. Coach Odom said there's competition all over the roster, all over the field. Nothing is set, and that competition is going to breed really, really good results. I tend to agree. I think it'll be better than last year. You think it'll be better than last year? LBD with a hot take. Light it up. Purdue will be better than last year. I'm positive he's right on this one. One thing that I thought was interesting, he said that position flexibility among different groups would be really, really beneficial for guys. Being able to move from the slot to wide out, really, really important, for instance, for wide receivers. For offensive line, being able to play tackle and guard and maybe even center. DBs being able to go from safety, free safety to corner. A big deal, and that'll help guys get on the field, and there's just a lot of competition again. That's about all I had. There's not a lot to report. I can tell you that I'm excited about what I'm seeing from camp, but every year camp is kind of, I don't care if it's a coach that's been around for a long time or it's a coach that's just getting started like Coach Odom. Camp is an interesting time because you're really reading and seeing what they want you to see. A lot like what basketball has done. But we know what the product is on basketball. You know the commodities all around the field. Coach Painter was on a podcast this week. He's been making some rounds in the media. Really, really good stuff. Talked about when he was recruited by IU. He talked about the brilliant ninja move that Gene Katie did. He said, you like Bob Knight. I respect Bobby Knight. All he did was talk positively about Knight. Katie did in Painter's day on campus. And then he said, he doesn't want you. I know you're a smart guy. I do. But I can tell you're a smart guy because you want to be a part of a winning program. And if you want to win right now, come over here and play. Don't wait for an offer from someplace else. He also told a good story about being recruited by Evansville. And I think his recruiting visit, the guy who that he would take the place of because he was about to graduate, had like 60 points in the game he went to, 30 points at the half. And but Painter talked about how impactful that was. Really, really interesting stuff. If you, what was it called? The Star Something podcast. I wish I could remember. I'm not trying to be a jerk and not give clicks to that podcast, but I can't remember. Do you know what the name of that podcast was? But it was good. It was really, really good. Long podcast too. If you really like hearing Matt Painter talk honestly.
Starstruck podcast.
A Starstruck podcast. And I highly suggest you go watch it, listen to it, especially the first 10 minutes. I think they're really, really good. After that, it's a long podcast. I don't think Painter has been on something that long form that I can remember in the last year. So very interesting stuff. Good stuff to eat up. Some of you guys are here live. Appreciate you. They're here. Kevin Albuquerque is here live. He's very first. Good evening to you as well. Nate Dolance is here. Says good evening once again. Same to you. Max Goss is here. How are you, Max? Max was telling me that I should go pick up David Jenkins from the airport tomorrow morning. He has a 5 a.m. flight coming in Indy. He needs to get up to Purdue for the alumni game. I am not going to the alumni game because of birthday stuff on my end. My wife has prepared a bunch of things happening, and that's not going to work out this year. So sadly, I won't.
60 years old.
Yeah, 65 years old this year for me. But sadly, I won't be in 1,000-degree Mackey Arena for the alumni game. I've been to like 3 or 4 of those. LBD has been to, is it 3 or 4? That many? I don't know. I've been to a bunch of them. How many alumni games do you think you've been to?
Many.
You say not many? A couple. Okay. I exaggerated. Yeah, it has been a while. But it'll be hot as hell in Mackey Arena because there is no, that's why Mason Gillis looked like he ran through the sprinkler. But no, I'm sorry, Max. I can't pick up David and take him up to God's country. Also interesting note in God's country right now is it Charlie Woods, Tiger's son, is playing in a qualifier. Yeah. And he's in second place right now, and Tiger's on campus. He flew in on a private jet. I don't know how he can afford that, but he's playing loose and fast with his finances, I guess. Tiger Woods, there are many reports of people seeing Tiger come in from the airport, which is pretty cool. And I am sure those guys went to AJ's. That's where the hell else would they go? I mean, if you're going to go high class, world class, someplace that's going to impress the discerning taste of Tiger Woods, you're going to go to AJ's, I would think. I was going to make a joke there about the women that would be there, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay hands off there. I'm not going to go that far. Okay. Kevin Albuquerque, who was number one, King right there, says the odometer has turned. It is now 12:01. I don't know if that's what we're talking about. Mac, no? Oh, my birthday? I don't know. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I'm way behind on these comments. That's the thing. While I read them, that was 15 minutes ago. Could be 20 minutes ago. But there are some. Okay. Nate Dolan says turning 50 in November. Excellent, Nate. Okay. We are brothers in arms. Yeah, it's an elite group. There are other. See if he's here. He's not here. But I think there's another listener or two here that turned 50 recently. So class of 97, Purdue represent. Max Goss says Charlie Woods is 12 under, tied for second place. There's the numbers we're looking at. Thanks for that. And continues, says, speaking of God's country, may or not be here. May or not be in God's country. That's awesome. Good. I bet Max is there for the alumni game. He is an active Purdue fan. Dan G says, we're talking about practice, not a game. Practice? Yeah, exactly. Max says, Dowd, are you going to the game on the 30th? If so, are we making tailgate plans? I can tell you I am going to the game. I can tell you I'm not going to tell everybody my tailgate plans. Not on this forum. But I can tell you I will be at the game. That is Ball State. We are less than a month from a real football game. That's pretty fun. Against Ball State. It was in the throes of a rebuild of their own. New coach after their coach getting fired last year. So a tough rebuild. It's really hard. I said this before. It's really hard in the places like the MAC to rebuild right now. Very difficult because they get pilfered. If you've got a really, really good player, if you got a player that's been great, they just end up someplace else, and it sucks for those smaller schools. Really does. All kidding aside, it's horrible. Motor City Boiler says, too many stars, not enough minutes, talking about basketball, not football, in case it wasn't obvious. It's very interesting how different these programs are right now. How, one, you've got an absolutely established culture with players that you are known commodities, and the other side, you've got so many variables in a brand new culture and a coach doing everything he can to try to provide a modicum of stability and at the same time, like he said, they've got time. There's not any time to waste. There's so much to do. But it sounds like the first practice was extremely efficient. Yeah, let's keep going. Max says, we're going to a bowl game in Florida this season. Take that to the bank. Okay, there you go. Max said
Boca Raton Bowl.
Huh? Boca Raton Bowl, yeah. That would be a 6-win team, right? I would take it. I would take 6 wins, and I would take Boca Raton. Would I go to the Boca Raton Bowl? That would be late December, probably, I'm guessing. I don't think I would. I don't think I would. Maybe I would. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Depends on how much of a magical ride it is. 6 wins this season would feel magical, if we're being real honest. Motor City Boy says, what's my take on the guy who shared the playbook with the other team at his last school? What's that? 23rd. 23rd of December, the Boca Raton Bowl. Okay. I don't think there's a Big Ten tie-in there, though. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, it was the first one you thought of, which is good. And then Purdue's comment that it was mischaracterized. Not a great look for him nor Purdue, in my opinion. I saw this story in passing that the playbook was shared. Who was that shared the playbook? Did you see that story?
About the like UTSA?
Yeah.
It was a DB that got kicked off of Memphis, I thought.
Yeah, I don't think there was much mischaracterization.
He gave it to the UTSA quarterback.
Yeah. So UTSA player gave the playbook to.
No, opposite.
Oh, a player gave it to a UTSA player.
A player gave it to UTSA.
Is it Memphis?
I think it was Memphis.
Memphis, yeah, before the bowl, right?
No, this was
regular season.
But it
filthy stuff.
Kept him out of the playoff realistically.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know about Purdue's reaction. I'll be really honest. I have been not very tuned in. If I'm being really, really honest, been pretty busy. Like you, I'm sure. Jono, if it's like Bono. Jono, brother, it's 12 a.m. Eastern. Goodness, I'm sorry. But you're still here. You're here. So we're here together. Yes, it is 12:06 now. It continues, says, I know folks are already offering to pick up DJJ, no worries. Oh, what's that mean? Daniel Jacobson? DJJ.
Oh, David Jenkins Jr.
Oh, David Jenkins. Oh, there you go. Okay, there you go. Yeah. I saw that in that thread. People are offering to pick up David Jenkins Jr. So, yeah, I saw that. And there were a lot of good offers. And that's good because I can't do it. Very, very busy. I wasn't the guy. And I appreciate Max volunteering my services. But yeah. Yeah, wasn't gonna happen. Motor City Bowlers, he's number 3. King says, I'll be at Ball State, trying to keep my Purdue winning streak going. Yes, if use that power, maybe in another game, maybe the USC game. If you've got a winning streak, and you're like Motor City Boiler, go to USC game. I think that would be a fun game to bring your good luck. If you're the good luck charm, like Motor City Boiler clearly is, bring it to the USC game. That's my big upset of the year, I think. I think that's my upset of the year. Jono says, putting season tickets to use this year, travel is worth it. And it continues, like Bono. You got it. Okay, good. Very good. Very good. I don't know if that's a real name, but it's the first time I've ever seen Jono spelled Jono. So Jono, but if that can be pronounced both ways, both like Bono and Bono, right? So I think that maybe some clarification needed. Max says he's king number 2 right now. Says we all need to get together for a tailgate and game this season. I agree. We'll get together. So I guarantee you, Max, you and I will connect this football season. I guarantee it. All right. So thanks everybody for tuning in live. It is late, but you're here and I'm here, and this is like a true quick cast. 21 minutes of a true quick cast. Nate Don't says, "What am I drinking tonight? I'm drinking a finished rye from Bardstown. Quite tasty. And it will help me. I will probably sleep like a baby soon. I hope so, because I've had a tendency this week. I've stayed up past 2, probably 5 times in the last 7 days. LBD, that's an old hat for a young man, but I'm still up early. That's the thing, because I'm a warrior. I'm a soldier. Get up early, even though I'm up till 2. Let's see. Bono, the artist. Good evening, gents. And same to you. Jono. Is it Bono or Bono? See, this is really Bono.
Pro bono is like
Pro bono is like the law term.
law.
Yeah, I don't think that's what he's referencing. Bono, though. Bono is the artist. But Sonny Bono is also an artist. Was. He's gone now. Shares X. So a lot of confusion here about your name, Jono. And
this is what we talk about.
yeah, this is what happens. Things are thin right now because we're talking about practice and we're talking about Jono's name and Bono's name. So, but that's it. I mean it. Hope you had a great week. Friday, you're already there. You're coasting to the finish line. My buddy Karen Grulak is not here. Hope I get to connect her. She had a loss this week. Hope you're doing well, Karen. Praying for you, and hope to talk to you soon. Connect to you soon. If something breaks, if there's something interesting, I'm going to talk about it. But I am not going to come to you with practice report reactions every day. I will not do that. If you go back to the history of Boiled Sports, I used to do that. I used to write up daily reaction to practice reports. So I'm like reacting to reaction. And I used to even go to practice with LBD when Daryl Hazel was there. And I learned my lesson. That was time wasted.
Nice guy.
Nice guy, though. I mean, super nice guy. His son was nice. He was a good dude. But man, my dad's a nice guy, and he doesn't belong coaching Purdue either. That's my joke I always say. So good evening to you, and God bless you. Hammer down. Talk to you soon. I promise I'll be back in the next week or so.